some net interruption came. So I'm Aditya, 22 and Pinani graduate, and by the blessings of everyone, I'm the first employee of Masterclass. I was working as a mechanical engineer in Delhi, then I was working in Texas, uh, but my heart didn't go over there. Sir, if you don't mind, can you converse in English throughout whole meeting? Yes, we don't mind. कभी कभी थोड़ा हिंदी बोलने दो, अच्छा रहेगा. सारे देसी लोग हैं यहाँ पे. And it would be better if you guys don't send chat directly. You can speak, don't worry about all these things. Chat and all option you not required, guys. So a bit about me, that I was working as a mechanical engineer in oil and gas division in the energy capital of the world, that's Houston, Texas. But my heart didn't lie in engineering, and I moved back to India. I left my job. I went on to teach physics in one of the leading institutes in Delhi for the students preparing for JEE as a faculty of physics. And in 2017, we came up with the idea that we should do something in digital education. Following the entrepreneurial journey, footpaths of Bitscience. So I thought we do on an experimental basis, and we started off. We probably succeeded, and still on that path. So we are basically a foreign education company. But since I am from Pendari, and our team comes from BITS, many of them, we made BITS test series. We started in 2019, and we worked a lot. It's been a long time. We literally worked a lot on the test series. Each and every question was designed. We didn't copy anything from anywhere. So with our experience, we made our test series, and I hope many of you have got benefited. We promised to the people who take master test series that we are going to do counseling, and here we are to fulfill our promise. So my dear friends, we have a panel of Bitscience over here. I am a 22 and graduate, so I may not be knowing each and every thing. So we have Srijan, Dhawan, Abhinav, Garvit. So welcome, guys. You are welcome to our session. It's an honor to have you over here. And all the participants, students, parents, very warm welcome, namaskar, pranam. Please be open, ask each and everything. We will try to answer each and every question of yours. We may not answer some very critical things which are as per the guidelines of UGC or which are not published on the website. We won't be doing any false information just for the sake that we have to answer it. We will give transparent answers, and in between we will be talking about our college experience, also some fun things to make you feel, yeah, we are also doing, there is much fun in BITS. So guys, let's start. We have received your form. And already questions are with us, what you have asked, many of you. But it would be better if you guys answer question yourself, right? So now I hand over this session. To my team, guys over here. I will also be talking a bit in between. It would be better if you can switch on your videos, my dear friends. Everyone, please. It's a quite friendly session rather than very formal session, and we will help you out as much as you can, as much as we can, beyond what we promise. Formal promises happen on agreement, but informal, that becomes friendship. So we are here to make good friendship and help you out. Let's start, guys. One by one, you can digitally raise your hand and you can start asking questions. Come on, people. Here we go. From who are here? Yeah.
Yeah, Chinmay,
So
go ahead.
my question is basically about the dual degree program, the pros and cons around it, the 5 years, and that 1 year thing where we have to get the CGP. Like, what is the minimum range for CGP to get a good branch like CS or electrical?
Yeah.
That's
So,
basically it.
if if the panel doesn't mind, I'll take up this question. So, yeah, I am also a dual degree student, and my branch was MSc Chemistry. And then in my first year, I worked hard, and I had a CGPA of 8.6 in my first year, and I got CS. So the trick to get CS or in general grades in college is consistency. You need to study, work hard consistently. So in J, it will be different from what you've done in J. In J, it was more or less rote based learning, or it was okay. Advanced is different, bit set is different, agreed. But still, it involved a lot of rote based learning. In college, it won't be that way. Concepts will matter a lot. So it's not easy. It's neither too easy nor too difficult to get the dream branch that you want. Some of you want electronics, some of you want CS with dual degree. So don't be afraid at all. And the pro is, first I'll tell the con is that generally some people have financial constraints, so you need to pay extra. Those for 1 year 5 lakhs, around 5. So for some people that is an issue. Not for all, but some of them have this in their back of their mind. Whereas the biggest pro is in your 5th year, you have the option of doing. So BITS has this thing called practice school, which is basically internship in a big company. So if you're a dual degree student, you have the option of doing uh, internship in two big companies. Say, if your CG is really good, then Amazon, Nutanix, and these big FANG type companies come for and it's really, you get an amazing exposure in the company. That's the biggest. Since I'm in my final year now, so I know about it. When I was in my first year, I wasn't aware about this. So that's why I'm sharing it with you. That if you ask any single degree student, they'll always agree that the practice school thing is the biggest pro which the dual degree students have in their final year, in the so-called extra year which you give. One con will be in your 3rd year you'll have to manage courses of 2 degrees. So it is slightly difficult and hectic to do that because your credits are full, and you need to for it's difficult to manage. So but that's fine. 1 year, just second year is very easy and very chill, and the courses are very simple. So it's I mean, it's pros and cons are there. So yeah, that's it. If I hope that answered your question. If not, then you can still ask.
I want to ask.
Thank you. One more question.
Just to add one more, like the pros and cons we were discussing. So just to add one more pro for the dual degree system. So it is like this is something which applied personally to me, and this was that in the first year you do common courses across all branches, right? So everybody is at a level playing field to get any CG, any branch. But what happens is you end up doing basic courses of all different branches in your first year. So what happens is you get a basic idea about each of the disciplines, which generally we do not have at the +2 level. So this is something which happened with me. I went in with the belief that I would be most interested in mechanical engineering. But once I did all the basic courses, once I did a basic computer science course, that is when I realized that, okay, maybe computer science is a better fit for me. So that is one of the more subtle pros that a dual degree has, that it lets you explore and make an informed decision about your BE degree. Go ahead, Chinmay, you had a follow-up question.
Looking at previous year cutoff, I might be getting MSc Mathematics at BITS Goa. So there's this thing on internet that 12 with mathematics, it's quite hard. So I wanted to know how hard, is it really that hard, or it's just a myth about that MSc Mathematics?
So I had a chance to get a branch change to maths, but I chose to stay with chemistry. Reason being, the courses are very abstract. It's not at all the J wala maths which you do. Plus two level pe jo the maths which you do at plus two level is completely different than the maths which you do as an MSc mathematics student. Okay, that is one thing. Second thing is it's totally abstract. Third thing is the grading is bad. So in chemistry, if you get say, I mean basic grading ka agar average, it's relative system grading in bits which we follow. So if you get average B minus or B in maths, you get a C or a C minus, which is bad, which pulls down your CGPA in your second year and third year. And ultimately, CG matters a lot in everywhere in bits. You will require CGPA, whether it be for the practice school which I mentioned, or whether it be for internships, or whether it be to get some project under a professor. So according to that, maths will be a bit difficult to score in your second year or third year. That's why people say ki maths is a bit difficult to. That's the thing.
Hello, my name is Ebi. I'm actually confused about the filling up the order of preferences in the counseling page. Does the order really matter while filling the preferences, or I'm really confused about that process? How do you go about with that?
Hello. Maybe I could answer because I have recently filled the preference form. So I think the order which you fill the preference form matters a lot, because I think you should first of all go with your the hobby or the thing which you like. Like if you like mechanical, you should always go with that. And the branch, maybe you could go for Pilani, Goa. It depends. First of all, I think you should choose the preferred branch in which the branch which you like. And the orders matter a lot. See what happens in BITS counseling, for example, a person who is the topper of BITS, so if he has filled CS Pilani, so he'll be allotted that branch, and after that who all have filled as their first preference at CS Pilani, the 50 seats will get that branch, and then the 50th seat, the person who gets the 50th seat will be the cutoff of that particular branch. So according to that, you will have to very categorically think about that, which campus you want, which branch you want, because I have many of my friends have done some not good things, and they have misplaced their branch and not filled it with proper preference order. So now they are regretting that. So filling preference is a very crucial part to get your preferred branch, I think. That is.
And regarding what ki interest wala point, so just look up a bit basic on the website or maybe online regarding what exactly will be there in say mathematics or chemistry or whatever, dual degree, single degree, both of them. Just a bit brief overview of all the branches, because at plus two level, even Srajan mentioned, you don't have an idea at all. Even trust me, even I didn't have an idea of I'm in my fourth year. I didn't know anything what will be there in chemistry or in CS, and it will help you if you look up a bit about the different branches. Just a basic overview, brief overview. That's it. Not in detail, but thoda sa dekh
Dhaval, I'm sorry. I'm Abhi's father here. I'm also sitting along with him. You can't see me on the screen because I think it's only his face. Now his question was, so he wants to do a dual degree. Now he wants to do an MSc chemistry and then take up something else. Should his first preference be MSc chemistry, or should he put electronics first and then wait for 5-6 preferences to be put prior to his MSc chemistry so that he is able to get MSc chemistry? Or can he put the first preference as MSc chemistry and still get it?
Yeah, so let me just take this up. I think I have an idea of what you are trying to say here. So the idea of the preference filling is that throughout the process, you will get upgraded in your preference list. So whatever you get in the first iteration, you will only go above it. Like you can't go below it. You can't choose a lower preference than what you have already got, right? So let's say that you filled something like electronics at the top and then you filled MSc chemistry. Now, let's say that you get allotted the electronics branch. So now you can't go to the institute and say that, no, give me MSc chemistry. You can't do that. So the whatever you want, you should place it at the top. Whatever you want the most, the next, keep it below that. And in that way, you should design your preference order. While designing your preference order, something I recommend is to completely forget about what the cutoffs are and how much you scored. All those things just complicate your thinking, and it does not have any bearing on anything. So there is no problem in expecting miracles. Like if you have got like 300 and you want to have CS, just fill Pilani CS at the top. There is no harm in that. You will not suffer any negative consequences for that, right? So just have the most preferred branch at the top, and then follow whatever the other branches you have in the descending order of preference.
Rajan, thank you. I just want one more clarification.
Yes.
Supposing AB puts his first preference, so his idea is to get an MSc chemistry.
Yeah.
If he puts electronics first and then mechanical, so one is allowed to choose all the courses from all the institutes and then wait for the iterations to pass by. So they haven't put any limit on the number of courses that you can choose.
Yeah.
Now, if he has on his 40th list, if he has chemistry, will with each passing iteration, will he be able to get, or will only one or two of those courses that he has filled get knocked off with each iteration? So that, if this can be clarified, he can then put MSc chemistry as his first choice and then wait for all the iterations to go by so that he can then get his MSc chemistry in any of the institutes.
So it doesn't matter in which iteration you get your branch. So if, like, let's say if chemistry is what you want the most, like if that is your ultimate favorite branch, then just keep it at the first preference. You might get it in the first iteration, you might get it in the second. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. The only constraint is that you can't go down in your preference order. So if you have already got your top preference and it was chemistry, then you can't go. Can the people who are not speaking please mute? Yeah, thank you. So as I was saying, you can't go below in your preference order. Once you have been allotted something in your preference order, which is at a certain level, you can't go below. That's the idea.
Clear. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I want to ask about Hyderabad campus. So, like, I'm actually like Ritik's sister, and from like previous year's cutoff, it seems that there is possibility that he might get that.
May I request
so
whoever is speaking to please switch on their videos, guys. We are.
Yeah, so sorry, there was actually some internet issues there.
Yeah, please.
So, so like he might get PECS in Hyderabad, but we are trying to compare it with the circuit branches in Pilani campus. So wanted to understand like what could be the pros and cons of doing it.
So my personal opinion will be choosing CS will be a better thing than going for the campus, at least in my personal opinion. Like, especially because considering the future and the scope in CS, in IT, which is a lot as compared to in electronics and electrical. It's so I even one of my juniors had a similar doubt. So I had suggested him to go ahead with CS, and he did that. So I mean, I'll suggest the same to Ritik as well. And unless Sajan wants to add anything about specific to Pilani, some thing, then maybe.
Thanks, Dhaval. Ritik, do you have any particular preferences there? Do you have any inclination towards either of those branches? Have you looked into the course structure?
I think we do have a little bit of preference for computer science.
Okay.
Because, like, academically, it's easier as compared to electrical.
See, that is a tough thing to universally state that academically it's easier. It all depends on your interests. I mean, for someone who does not like seeing resistors on their book, like no matter how easy the curriculum is, they will absolutely not be able to perform well. Similarly, computer science has a lot of so computer science basically you can think of as being in two parts. One being the applied aspect of it. So generally it's called computer science and engineering, right? So there's a science part and there's an engineering part. So in the engineering part, yes, it is what you would think like writing software, databases, operating systems, all those things. But there's a science aspect to it as well, which deals with mathematical portions like discrete mathematics and things like there's logic, a deep logic computer science, and there's like deep algebra there and algorithm theory and all those things. So it has multiple parts to it, and so just comparing them, like if you what I suggest generally to people is to actually there's something called BITS Pilani SEM charts. You can just Google BITS Pilani SEM charts and you will get a breakdown, a year-wise breakdown of what you will study in each year, right? In each semester. And then what you can do is like take a few keywords from there. You will see some courses. Just take a few keywords from there, Google it, check on Wikipedia and other sources. What you will end up seeing is that you have you will get a basic idea about the domain, like what kind of challenges are we dealing in this domain, right? And with that understanding, it will be much easier for you to make this decision. As Dhaval pointed out, yes, if you feel that you are more interested in CS, by all means, the other campuses are good options. And if you find that your interest is towards electronics or electricals, then you can choose Pilani. It's more about branch here than than the campus itself. So computer science is quite it's doing really, really well across campuses. So you don't need to really worry much.
And also, so one very simple basic thing which you can choose to judge whether you will like electronics or not is in physics towards the end you had the semiconductors part, right? So if at all you liked that, or so I personally hated that. I never ever got the hang of semiconductors and the last 2-3 chapters which you have in physics in the +2 level. So that is the very, very basic, that forms the basis of your electronics degree. So if you don't get a hang of it, then just don't fill it. I hadn't filled electronics anywhere, neither in JOSA nor in BITSAT, nowhere. So maybe you can choose accordingly. And CS is obviously like, most of them have the either CS, CBSE, ICSE, whichever you were in, you generally have the basics computer programming, one of the languages at least you have. So you have a very, very basic idea of what coding is and all that. So accordingly, if there are still some people who don't like coding also, so accordingly, you see what chooses what you like the best. It should all depend on you and not with what people are doing. But don't go with the flow. See what your heart is telling ki if I will like the coding side or whatever. That's it.
Yeah. I was just like confused between how good or how good Hyderabad campus is because I hadn't heard much about it. So that's helpful. Thank you. I also had one more question about like the practice school that you talked about. Like how is it different from the internship that people go for after their third year and fourth year, like the 4-year courses?
Yeah, so like Sarjan, you want to take that up because you have done both PS2 and PS1, so maybe you can talk about it.
Sure. So the main difference between a practice school and an internship is that first of all, the internship will not be mandatory for you, right? And you have to work for it, you have to prepare for it, you have to crack the interviews. And then if the company likes you, they will select you, right? That's the way an internship works. But practice school system is something which is very unique to WITS, and let's focus on practice school 2 because practice school 1 is not that relevant. So when it comes to practice school 2, it's like a 1 semester long thesis. So first 1 semester long internship which you do in the industry, and there are credits associated with a practice school. So doing a practice school contributes to the completion of your degree. So an internship does not matter towards the completion of your degree. A practice school will matter to the completion of your degree. In like apart from these academic and institutional factors, of course, a practice school is longer. It is going for about 5 to 6 months. An internship will be in summertime, which will be like 2 months. So theoretically, there is a bigger chance of landing a pre-placement offer, PPO as we call it, after the practice school program. So practice school program is something which a lot of Bitsians get placed with. So the placement statistics that you see, they don't reflect the practice school numbers, and that is why mostly BITS does not even release their placement stats. So a lot of people are getting placed by these practice school systems, and practice school system, and of course, the allocation of the station, like of where you do your practice school, will again be a similar procedure where it will be based on your CGPA and your preference list. So you will be given a list of companies which you can basically select in set an order in which in your preference order, and based on your CGPA you will be allotted a station based on your CGPA and your degree. So that is how, and practice school becomes like a good way for people to enter the non-core areas. So that is one of the main benefits of a practice school, because for an internship, it's very difficult to go for non-core internships because the company might not have enough faith in you based on an interview to give you, some non-core position. But practice school is one thing where the companies are like, okay, we have 6 months to observe this candidate and we may or may not give him a job offer. So then they are generally more willing to take you for non-core kind of things. So that is the main difference between a practice school and an internship.
Does that mean that they don't, like, companies don't conduct interviews or like exam tests?
For practice school, there are no interviews. Yes, basically they will be the allocation is completely based on your CGPA and your degree, whatever course you have done.
And also so nowadays the things are changing a bit. Yeah, just a minute. Regarding internships, I'd like to add one small point that nowadays in these COVID times, due to the internships, the companies are more shifting towards the SIP thing, that they offer PPO, as he said, Srajan, PPO pre-placement offer. They're also offering a lot of PPOs in the SIPs as well, in the internship basically. So you've worked hard, you have given 2 months of your time to code and to properly prepare for it, and then give the interview. First is the coding round, then the interviews, then you work in the company for 2 months. So they have already tested you, they know what kind of a candidate you are. So they know, and obviously nature will also matter, but in general they know how the person is as if he's an asset to the company or not. And accordingly, a lot of companies have offered PPOs even in internships this time. Most of the companies have. 90% PPOs were offered this time, 80 to 90%, because they keep. So that's also a very good option which people do consider. This is just to add, after third year for the single degree students, and after fourth year for the dual degree students, the internship thing which I'm talking about. And practice school is after fourth year, basically in your fifth year, entire fifth year, or after your for the dual degree students in their fifth year, and for the single degree students in their fourth year only for 1 semester, either in the first semester in 4.1 or in 4.2, depending on when you choose it. So that's a brief overview about practice school and internship in general.
Sir,
Sir, if someone gets 225 marks in BITSAT, sir, should he apply for counseling or consider other options?
I think you
So
might
do
get
you?
B Pharma with that much marks. So, like, if you are interested in B Pharma, you should go for it. But I don't think so. You'll be able to get any MSc or BTech degree. But this time I was seeing the statistics. They have, you know, fallen a little bit. So I guess the cutoff might go down. But maybe you can apply because last year the cutoff was 240, and as per the statistics, it has gone a little bit down. So there is a slight chance you might get a degree with that. But I am sure that you will get a B Pharma degree with these much marks.
One more thing, like I don't see who is speaking, but yeah, just to add to what Garvit already said, unless, like, of course, the decision always rests with you whether you want to apply or not. But unless it's something of a very much financial issue, I would suggest to apply. I always say that there's nothing wrong with expecting miracles. Maybe like if you think about like if you don't apply and just think about if the cutoffs fall and you might have gotten a branch, like that regret will be something which is very hard to deal with. So I would say rather even if you think that you don't have a chance or have a very slight chance, I would say that go ahead and apply and leave it to fate as to what happens. But I think you should actually apply, and because we don't know how the cutoffs will behave, and especially in this COVID scenario where all the counselings and things are all over the place. So I would think that it's a good idea to actually try to apply at least.
Hello guys. There's a message from Prisha. Prisha, she has been waiting. Prisha, can you please switch on your video and ask your question? Those who have whose questions have been answered, please lower down your hands, guys. Let's give chance to others also. Prisha, can you please go ahead with your question? You are not audible. There is something wrong because your video is also not coming. Maybe the question you can put on a chat. Guys, let's take someone else. Raivat Bapat, can you please go ahead with your question?
Yes, yes, sir. I have to ask that CS for CS, which college should I take? I mean Pilani, Goa or Hyderabad?
Honestly, I'll say it won't matter as such because the placements, internships, and all that, all these are equally good at all three campuses, at least in my opinion. Like Goa, whichever companies come to Goa also come to Pilani, also come to Hyderabad. So most of the companies. So overall, saying and faculty are equally good at all three campuses. So and then so it will depend on you ki how the connectivity issue is, how far you stay from that particular place. Say if I stay in Pune, I'll prefer Goa because it's nearby and not Pilani. If I stay in Delhi or Jaipur, Pilani is nearby, so I'll prefer that. This is one of the factors. At least it used to be when the things were normal, and later on when we'll be, hopefully whenever they'll call us back to campus, this will also be one of the factors. So I'll suggest that this also consider this factor while you're choosing key. I was clear I didn't want to go to Pilani because even climatic conditions, I knew that it won't be suitable as such for me. So these are some small factors, but they do matter somewhat. And others, maybe you can add some points.
Just a follow-up question. Sir, every year JEE Advance is in nearby. I mean, around same time BITSAT is held, but this time it's about a 2-month gap. So if I take an admission in BITS now and later I want to switch to IIT, if I get a decent score in J Advance later, will I get a refund or something like that? Will the admission process be completed by 3rd October?
Yeah, guys, who wants to take one by the guys from 4th year, 3rd year? Srijan, would you like to answer?
Yeah, sure. So basically, the thing is that the refund guidelines, like BITS, every year BITS releases the refund process and all in a document called admission modality, which is available on the bitsadmission.com website, right? But this year, unfortunately, what I see is that it's still the old document. It is still pointing to the 2020 document. So while I'm hopeful that they will update it very soon, unfortunately, till they do, we do not have any other information regarding the fee procedure. One thing that one of the people in the panel, they pointed out is that since BITS is like falls under the UGC and BITS has to follow the UGC guidelines. So maybe there you can look there for some information on the UGC refund guidelines for 2021. But apart from that, we do not have any official announcement from BITS as per the refund policy. I would strongly suggest you to keep following the website bitsadmission.com and keep checking on the admission modality if they update it to the 2021 policy.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Next question, guys, please.
I think Prisha is now.
Yeah, she's asking. Prisha is asking. Her voice is not coming. She's asking what can be the cutoff for CAC in Pinari branch, right, guys? So Prisha, that is probably given on the website also. Last year it was 372, and last year 2019 it was 383, right, guys? If I'm not wrong. So this is the cutoff if you are asking. So just in 2 words I have answered that question. If you want anything else in a very descriptive manner, maybe you can go ahead.
So what can be the cutoff for BITS Hyderabad CSC? Will it increase or decrease, sir? Actually, I am getting 325 marks. The previous question was for my friend. So sir, what should I do, sir? Like if I don't get CSC, sir, like I'm really interested for computer science. So if I don't get CSC here, direct way, I will have to choose MSc Economics and then go this, sir. So can you recommend what can be the cutoff or anything like that?
Guys can answer it. Yeah, Abhinav, Abhinav take this.
Okay, so like there is one way, like you want to secure a job in CSC, like in future you want to do something related to CSC. That's what you're asking. Like that's
yes.
Yeah. So like there are many CSC companies, there are many companies who take computer science graduates, and like they take even people from electronics as well. Like there are many people from electronics who go for software roles and computer science roles. Even from mechanical, chemical, there are many people who take up software roles. So only very few companies are like reserved about CS. Most of the companies are open about electronics and as well as CS. So if you are planning to take single degree, you can take electronics. Like most of the companies will be open to you. You have to just prepare for the coding prep. Like you have to prepare for the interview stuff. Like there are so many websites, from there you can prepare, or you can even take some courses, like some CS courses as an elective. Like there is one DSA, like data structures and algorithms. OOPS will be electronics elective, object oriented programming, that is electronics elective. So like yeah, CS and electronics have some common electives, and there are some open electives which you can take in CS. Or there is another way you told, like from economics you can work hard in first year, you can take CS, and then you can go for, and then you can then you can study proper CS. Yeah.
Sir, actually my question was that last year the cutoff for Hyderabad campus went to 336, and I'm getting 325. So like, is there any chances of like dropping 11 marks below or anything like that?
Like that is a pretty uncertain things. Like again, as Rajan told, miracles can happen. So like keep your hopes high and yeah, fill CS on the top. Who knows, it might happen.
Thank you.
Guys, I want to add something more to you, if you do not mind. BITS is not just about CS or something that people say, if I don't get CS, I'm a mechanical guy, right? And so many startups, and so after 1 year or 2 year, people go to do MBA. From the same, my batchmate from mechanical engineering, they are working with Amazon. So everything is possible. Don't shut your mind, oh my god, if I don't get CS or if I don't get this branch. BITS is not just about 3 branches, right? Life doesn't end on this. Be happy with what you get. You choose for the best you get. But these type of questions that if I don't get this, then what? If you get into DUER, it may not happen that you get CS when you drop out. So, guys, be happy with what you're getting. I'm not discouraging you, but the thing is, be acceptable to things, and you can do really good in college also. It starts from scratch. So ask all these things, but don't shut your mind that if I don't get, then what? Then there are so many options. Don't worry about it. So many flexibilities are there in BITS. Go ahead with the next question. Vaishali is there. She has been raising hand for long.
Hello, sir. Sir, actually my score is 285 this year. Sir, am I audible?
You are.
Sir, my score is 285 this year, and according to the last year cutoffs, I'm getting like MSc Physics in Pilani and MSc Eco in Hyderabad. So I don't have any particular interest in a subject, but I was like, most of my friends are telling me that maybe you should go for MSc Eco in Hyderabad. But sir, like I just wanted to go to Pilani like from always. So I just wanted to know that, is it safe that if I go with MSc Physics to Pilani, like will I regret it? I just wanted to know this.
So let me take this up. So I did my MSc in physics from Pilani itself. So first of all, tell me, do you like physics at the +2 level?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I just don't like chemistry. I like physics and I like maths.
Sure. Okay. So have you had any previous exposure to economics?
Sir, till 10th, I guess. I was from CBSE board, not much.
Okay, sure. Works. Sure. So again, it's about, so see, you will stay with your MSc for at least 5 years, right? These 5 years, so you should actually go with something with which at least you are not miserable with, right? For example, you said you don't like chemistry, right? So probably if you take chemistry and you go in depth of all these degrees and for 5 years, then you will be miserable for 5 years, right? So that misery is something that we should avoid. It's a tough call between the campuses, but yes. So coming to the degrees themselves, you will hear things like physics is slightly more challenging. It's more hectic than economics, and which is true to some extent. Yes, economics courses are lighter than physics courses. And another advantage that economics has over physics is that it brings some of its own placement opportunities, like it opens a new finance non-core sector entirely for you. So those are the main things which favor economics. But if you are interested in physics, which you mentioned you are, then the Pilani physics department, like I can really vouch for it. Like the professors are really good. They are very approachable. They will teach you in a way that like you will like learning from them. They're very friendly and you will enjoy, you will get a lot of time. Like I really hope that we get out of this online thing soon, and you can go back to campus, and like there are amazing labs, and you can work on really cool stuff in physics as well. So will you regret it? That depends on your liking of the subject. Like again, as I said, if you are not miserable, then probably you won't regret taking physics. And the pros and cons we have already discussed, right? Yeah.
Sir, like I read somewhere, people said that the physics we are taught over there is different from 10 plus 2.
Yes.
Sir.
Just a second.
Should I speak?
Yes, please do.
Sir, so sir, I got to know that it is different from 10 plus 2, what we are taught in 10 plus 2.
Yeah.
So sir, I know that physics and I like that physics. So I am not sure if I like the physics which is taught over there for 5 years.
Yeah. So that's a very good question, in fact. So let me tell you a little bit about college physics, like however easily I can explain it to you. So the idea of physics, which is trying to explain natural phenomena, that idea will carry on to your MSc, right? So if that is what drives your passion for physics, it will carry over to your MSc as well. What exactly you will study in your MSc, some of it will be an extension of what you have already studied, which will be things like optics. There will be some sort of mechanics related courses there, but you will right now you have only dealt with Newtonian formulation of mechanics, which Newton's first 3 laws and all those things. But slowly you will come to learn about Lagrangian description of mechanics and Hamiltonian description of mechanics. So these are all extensions of kind of what you have already done. Similarly, the most important course which I would say would be related to quantum mechanics and a lot of applications of quantum mechanics. So these are the main things that you will study. So maybe just take a look at the Wikipedia pages for these keywords, and you'll get a sense of what kind of things you will be exploring in physics in college.
Okay,
but the main idea remains the same. Like if your passion is driven by the fact that you want to learn how a particular natural phenomena happens, those things will absolutely be taken care of in your course.
Okay, sir. Sir, I became a bit clear about it. So thank you so much, sir. And sir, I wanted to know about MSc Bio also. Like, I think after MSc Physics, I'll put MSc Bio as my preference.
Second preference, okay.
But most of the people say that उसमें ज़्यादा scope नहीं है. But I was watching one of the interviews of a girl from MSc Bio only. So उन्होंने बताया था that उन्होंने मतलब काफी कुछ कर रखा है research and all उसमें. So sir, I just wanted to know that is it like that कि उसमें ज़्यादा scope नहीं है?
Right. So I don't know from where these things comes from. So while my formal education is in physics, my thesis, my research projects, all of them have been in bio. And what I can definitely say, bio in research is the most well-funded research field today. There is no other field which is as funded as bio. I have worked with people who are formally trained in physics. So in one of my thesis, my guide was formally trained in physics, but he was working in biology. I have worked with a professor who was formally trained in chemistry, but he was working on a bio project regardless. And this is because it is easier to get funding. It is easier, like the field of bio is very much unexplored at the moment. And computers and technology has just now come up to a situation where we can understand these phenomena. We can explore the whole subject clearly. So a lot of interdisciplinary work is also going on in this, and a lot of applications of, for example, computer science and the whole field of bioinformatics has come up. So because of these things, there's immense scope in biology. I would go so far as to say probably more than physics, probably more than eco. Eco industry side, yes, maybe more, but like there is a lot of scope that is going on in biology, and anybody who says otherwise has probably not experienced it. I mean, it's immense. And specifically coming to the Pilani campus, or BITS Pilani in general, like the biology course is fantastically designed. It will start from scratch. You don't need to worry that I'm a math student, I can't cope up with this. It will not be the case. Everything will be taught from scratch. Things are way more logical than you are used to bio, like in +1, +2, it's sort of rote-based learning, but in college it will not be. And the course structure, the faculty, the department, everything is like quite phenomenal across campuses. So by all means, keep bio as a serious option, I would say. Do not ignore it because people are saying, oh, the cutoffs are low. It's just a case of like lack of awareness that the cutoff of bio is the lowest.
Oh, even to add to what he said, basically yes, the reason why bio isn't so, why bio is infamous is in 11th, 12th, in +2 level, you don't study bio. So people are like, अरे यार नहीं हो पाएगा मेरे से bio. So they don't fill it. So automatically उसका cutoff drop हो गया. ये this is a trend since many years. This is the reason. But overall, if you see, there are students who change their branch from chemistry to bio, from maths to bio. So the reason being, it's very interesting. It's easy to score in biology. The grading is good. The faculty, amazing. Faculty are the best, the most wholesome professors you'll find in entire BITS. At least for Goa, I can vouch is in the bio department. They are very wholesome. They are very sweet. Always ready to help. And that is one of the factors which drives the students to get into biology. It's not like, as Sajan said, पहले से पढ़ा नहीं है तो नहीं आएगा, ऐसा नहीं है. It's very easy, very simple. So don't worry कि मेरे से bio हो पाएगा या नहीं. It's you'll easily be able to. It's very easy to get a 9+ in biology. Very easy. And that's so similar is the case with chemistry. But since you're not interested in chemistry, so don't even fill it. I'll say interest नहीं है तो भरो भी मत बिल्कुल भी. मतलब I'll rather go somewhere where I am interested in than somewhere where I'm not and be stuck for 4 years. So,
right, sir.
I want to add something more. This economics things is coming. People are saying economics. They don't have any idea about economics till 12th grade just because people are saying. In 2006 and 2007, so basically in 2006 and 2007, the cutoff of economics was lower than physics and mathematics. This is the reality. 295. This economics thing has popped up क्योंकि बोलते हैं ना, अरे इको काफी लाइट होता है यार, और फिजिक्स में यानी आपको रिसर्च में तो जाना नहीं है, तो फिर वो क्यों करना? Guys, the thing is, you don't know right now that in which subject you are interested. How do you know? How do you even know that you are interested in computer science? Many of you have not even done coding till now, just seeing the placement. So first is a passion, right? There is something called passion also. कभी regret नहीं होगा life में. That is very important. So आपको यदि bio है तो go for it. I had a batchmate 388. You can search his name, Mohsin. My side here 388. He took biological science in Pilani. Didn't take D1 also. 388 didn't take D1 also. Now he is into Indian Foreign Service. So there are people, there are people. So don't go just by what race is happening around you, what people are saying. You need to calm down also. Have some logical mind. If everyone is going in that field, then who will do research? Then where is the research thing? And we talk about a lot कि research नहीं होती यार. यार आप नहीं करोगे तो फिर कौन करेगा? You tell me. आप करोगे नहीं. यदि best of the best minds are not into education, if they are not into research, then who will do research? So if you are interested, go for it. There is a scope in each and every field. Right?
Okay,
next.
Sir. Okay. Thank you.
Aditya?
यस सर। सर मेरे बहुत मतलब थोड़े बहुत डाउट्स हैं
Can you
सर।
switch on
एक
your
तो
video?
मतलब सर,
Yeah.
यस सर। यस सर। सर एक तो मेरा डाउट ये है कि सर मैकेनिकल की इस बारी कितनी कट हो जाएगी मेरे ख्याल से पिलानी में?
हर साल ड्रॉप होती है मैकेनिकल की कट ऑफ।
अच्छा, नहीं सर एक्चुअली मुझे मैकेनिकल में थोड़ा इंटरेस्ट था, तो मतलब मुझे सर ये भी है कि मतलब जैसे मुझे डीटीयू में भी मिल रही है और मुझे बिट्स पिलानी में भी मतलब अगर थोड़ी ड्रॉप होगी तो मिल जाएगी, तो सर कौन सी लेनी चाहिए? मतलब जैसे मतलब क्या स्कोप है मतलब पिलानी में मैकेनिकल का?
मैं बस इतना कहूँगा कि बिट्स लो for the tag, for the alumni network which you will get, for the junior senior interaction which you will get, for the amazing facilities that you will get. You may not realize it while in college, but once you graduate, after that you will find कि जो alumni network जो है, their alumni is always ready to help, always. In bits, that is the best thing about bits, trust me. So सी मैकेनिकल का मैं बस इतना बोलूँगा इन जनरल आज के ज़माने में प्लेसमेंट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बोलूँ तो नहीं है इतना ज़्यादा, हार्डली 1 और 2 कंपनीज आती है। दैट इज़ द सैड रियलिटी। वो ट्रेंड चेंज हो गया है। इफ़ यू 10-15 साल 20 साल पहले अगर तुम जाते थे तो मैकेनिकल था काफ़ी फेमस एंड इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स, बट आज के इसमें आईटी है, विच इज ओके, नथिंग रॉन्ग विद इट। सो मैकेनिकल वाले जनरली क्या करते हैं, दे गो फॉर मास्टर्स इन वन पर्टिकुलर फील्ड
सर मतलब मेरा भी हाँ यही प्लान है, मतलब मास्टर्स का।
सो उसके बाद फिर अच्छा स्कोप मिलता है। सो दैट्स सो इन इफ यू आर जेन्युइनली इंटरेस्टेड, इफ यू लाइक, सो थोड़ा सा देख लो किस टाइप के कोर्सेज रहते हैं मैकेनिकल।
हाँ सर मैंने देख ही रखे हैं।
भैया है वो बता पाएंगे कि उन्होंने मैकेनिकल कर रखा है, तो वो थोड़ा डिटेल में बता देंगे, बट मैं इन जनरल बोल रहा था कि गो फॉर बिट्स, एटलीस्ट मेरा तो ओपिनियन ऐसा ही रहेगा, बाकी यू कैन कंटिन्यू।
सर एक तो सर वो मैंने पिलानी में माइनर्स का भी सुना कि माइनर होते हैं मतलब अलग अलग, तो सर उनका क्या वो है मतलब हेल्प होती है फ्यूचर में हमारे?
नहीं लाइक ओके देयर आर सम, अगर तुम किसी भी लाइक या देयर आर लाइक फिजिक्स का माइनर होता है, फाइनेंस का माइनर होता है, डेटा साइंस का माइनर होता है। सो इफ यू आर इंटरेस्टेड इन ऑल दीज सब्जेक्ट्स तो तुम उनके कोर्सेज लाइक तो यू कैन अप्लाई फॉर द माइनर इन योर सेकेंड ईयर। आफ्टर योर सेकेंड ईयर फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर फॉर्म आता है वेयर यू कैन अप्लाई फॉर माइनर। तो तुम्हें लाइक इफ यू आर एलिजिबल अगेन योर CGPA comes into play. If you have a good CGPA till your second year first semester, you get enrolled into the minor. And then after getting enrolled into the minor, you can take the subjects and you can get another degree. Like वो minor होगा. Like you are not fully specialized in it, but you have done some courses in it and you have a good knowledge about it.
तो मतलब सर इससे एक्चुअली फायदा क्या होता है मतलब ऐसे आगे जाके फ्यूचर में?
So in your PS2, like in your PS2, like for in your PS2 they check the score. Like for finance companies they check the score for your like they check the score for your minor, like तुम्हारे minor में कितने आए हैं. So like out of 10 CGPA they check like in all subjects how much CGPA you got. So out of 5 subjects they calculate out of 50 this is your CGPA, and like some companies give preference based on that. So some companies check CGPA, some companies check minor, and like other like जो company CGPA check करती है they keep minor as a cut off list कि like इतनी minimum होनी चाहिए minor की. तुमने minor करा तो तुम्हारे minor में इतना minimum score होना चाहिए out of 50.
अच्छा।
Basically it will just allow you to stand apart from the crowd. Like it's another certificate which will help you stand apart from the crowd. That's it. I mean it is a certification. So generally you do a lot of extra courses in your degree which will be apart from your 2 degrees, like electives and all. But if you do all your extra electives in one field, they will give you a certificate for it and they will say that this is another specialization, the minor specialization this person has, and it will help you stand out from the crowd. So suppose if 2 people are applying for the same finance PS2 or let's say finance MS, and one of them has a minor and one of them hasn't, right? So one of them doesn't have. So which one do you think will be preferred? It will be obviously the guy with the minor, right? Like it's a small form of specialization which you can get, and it will help you stand out from the crowd. That's in various places. That's it.
सर मेरा एक लास्ट डाउट था कि मतलब सर अगर जैसे मैंने मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग ले ली तो, और अगर मुझे लगा सेकंड या थर्ड ईयर में लगा कि मतलब मुझे इतनी अच्छी नहीं लग रही, तो मतलब सर मतलब जैसे मैंने ये भी देखा है कि जैसे करिकुलम इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियर से भी इंजीनियरिंग के भी मतलब बहुत कॉमन है, तो सर मतलब मेरे क्या क्या चॉइसेस रह सकते हैं मतलब अगर मैं बिट्स चाहता हूँ तो?
So in BITS, you can apply for non-core field. Non-core में you get consulting companies here. You even get like again अभी product management की भी companies आ गई हैं. You get consulting, product management, again एक finance minor है. You get even that part. Also यही है main consulting, product management and finance. Like ये तीन है non-core के roles where you can apply for.
ठीक है sir, thank you.
Next question can we have from Sudarshan? Aditya, can you note down your hand? Sudarshan. Hello, Sudarshan.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Am I audible? Okay, first of all, I would like to thank the team for setting the question papers, sample question papers for BitSat. It really helped me a lot in getting a decent score in BitSat.
Actually, this none of the teammates who set the test series, they are here. We had a team from Pilani, from IIT Delhi and from IIT Bombay, who are working on the BitSat test series since December 2019. Last year we came up with some just offline. We didn't, do much. This time we made a very formalized thing. We came up with software and all those things. So hope it helped you. How helpful it was. I just want to take frank feedback from you.
Before the test series, I had really no clue, because when I took up like different test series, one test series called MyPat, it was really discouraging for me because my score was nowhere near the expected score I got in BitSat. And once I took up this test series, it really gave me an idea, a clue that where would I fall and which course would I get, am I eligible to get. So this really gave me an idea on where I'm standing right now.
So what score you are getting in the masterclass based test series, and what score you finally got?
In the papers without the extra questions, without the extra 12 questions,
bonus,
I averaged about 317. And with the 12 questions, I averaged about 333. And one problem is the feedback of mine is in the real BitSat, you get to attend the 12 questions after completing the entire paper, every single question. Whereas in the paper that I attended, the 5 papers that I attended, you can attend the 12 questions anywhere during the entire time frame. So that doesn't give the real time aspect. Because even if I didn't complete all 150 questions, I could still complete the extra 12 questions without solving some of the questions in the 150 category.
If you had read the read the rules to do the test, we clearly mentioned that you should do these questions after attempting 150 questions. Generally, yes, I know that people generally click, okay, go fast, man. Who reads all these things? Everyone knows +3, -1. Go ahead. It is clearly written, mentioned over there. So that is definitely a thing. So finally, what is your score?
My score, I got 304, sir. And actually,
so almost there only you are getting a score.
Yes, sir. There was a massive improvement in my side after attending.
Good, very good. So now come up with your question regarding.
I heard a lot of rumors and from a few sources that if I want to get into finance-related companies or banking-related companies, most of the banking-related companies prefer Pilani campus. Most of the major banking companies prefer the Pilani campus. So my question is, if I would have to choose Hyderabad campus, would I get the same companies coming there to that Hyderabad campus, or is it only Pilani targeted? If I am to take MSc Economics.
No, that rumor is not correct. There are many good banks which come to Goa. There's JP Morgan, there's Morgan Stanley, there's Goldman, there's Dutch Bank. There are many good finance companies which come to Goa and which take you through PS2. Generally what happens is they take you through the PS2 in MSc Economics people, they prefer MSc Economics people generally, and they take you through PS2. They check your finance minor score and they check your general CGPA. Based on these two, they take you. Many people I saw, even one of my friend got in JP Morgan this year through his PS2. So yeah, this rumor is false.
Okay. And would you what's the scope after MSc Economics? Do you guys have any idea on the scope regarding economics?
Finance
PhD.
field, like PhD. No, like I have idea about the finance field. I don't know about the pure science, like PhD and M afterwards.
Guys can
Dhaval
talk
or-
about it. The economics has a huge scope in the banking sector also. One of my friend, he is an economist at RBI. So obviously, it's just a first placement, okay? And after that, don't just look for the first placement, maybe after just 6 months or 1 year, you can change your company, okay? So the finance companies, fintech, or the banking sector, so obviously it's going to be very beneficial for you with the economics background. Even afterwards also, if you have a knowledge of economics, that's going to be very useful. I mean, literally, you can find out the people with a tag of economist, they come up with the bank. World Bank is there. So people are doing amazing jobs. You can go for even if you pursue MBA after economics, that's going to be MBA in finance, that's going to be a best combination probably. Going for a PhD, that's also going to be good. So amazing things are there after economics, so many. So if you really want to stick only with the economics, then also the future is very bright. If you go for a dual also with any of the branch, then obviously according to your interest you can do. So quite helpful.
Thank you very much, sir.
Hello, sir. I am Sudarshan's father. I have one more question to ask. So how do you guys compare the economics in Pilani or any other campus with the top universities who are specialized in economics? How do you compare that? Where we are standing?
One, if I take this question, there is no proper ranking for economics or something. Okay, let's be a logical in this field. BITS is known for engineering. BITS is known for science. While economics, obviously we are offering MSc economics also. There is a MA economics degrees also which happen. Okay, so if you look at the like India Today ranking or other rankings which are coming, they don't come as per this one. The QS World ranking, which you can see, they give QS World ranking of the universities in like US universities they provide over there. So pertaining to this one, you can get the overall ranking. Comparing only with economics, I do not have answer for it, and I don't want to give a wrong answer to you, but its scope is really good, which I am saying because we have also obviously a lot of friends now, they are occupying higher positions in government offices also. I am a 22 graduate, so basically it's been 9 years, so I can see the scope is wide, huge scope is there. When comparison if you want to see, so obviously there must be some comparison. That is a little bit in-depth thing, which I do not have at this. The statistics I do not have, or my guys Rajan, Dhawan, Garvit, Abhinav, they are right now in college only. So I don't think they also have the huge database, where the Stanford is coming, where MIT is coming, where BITS is coming. So that is going to be a very deep level of analysis. Right now we do not have all those things, sir. So I'm afraid, but as I can say, if you want to see where people are being placed from economics, probably it's there on the website also. You can see, where people are going. Many are going in the consultancies, banking sector, so many are going. People with the engineering branch, they go for engineering also. In fact, if you see in general, after 4th year or 5th year, once people pass out from BITS or on other 3 campus, you would see so many of them working in consultancy, finance and software. That's a reality, whichever branch you are from. Okay, people who are having very core interest, they work in the core engineering sector, mechanical, civil and these sectors. Initially the companies, obviously, since you do not know why the pay of these companies are low in core, you need to understand the concept behind it. I give you a logical reason. Because if you do not know anything in mechanical or civil, you cannot do anything for the company. Why should a company pay you when you are not doing anything for the company? You do a simple mistake, you don't know how to design a nut and bolt, something, a huge thing will fail, who will put a fine? Because I have actually gone through, I was actually a core engineer, I was a design engineer in oil and gas sector, I was working for the refineries of these. So there is a thing, initially the pay is going to be low. Obviously that is going to be a learning thing, it takes long time. And after a while, that's going to take maybe 2 years, 3 years, 4th year with your scope. Obviously, that also then shoots up. So that's a reason why it is low, because that's your learning phase. You are not considered that you have made a mobile app and giving a huge to company. So there is a reason. There is a reason. That's why many of them, they go for master's degree also in those cases. Or if you want to stick to your company, the rise will be there. Slowly it will be there. But if you expect the same pay with the computer science or something, maybe 1 or 2 companies, Schlumberger is there, Shell is there, which are paying at par, which are into offshore. They can give you a huge amount. Definitely they are paying. I think guys from Pilani, I believe, maybe knowing how much they pay, 40 lakhs. That's their package. The package is good. So they are allowed for all the core branches also. So, but that 40 lakh, I think it's not there in India. I have little less idea about it. That 40 lakhs is not there in India. They have, but overall it is good. But how many companies are doing that? Very few. If you want to be in core sector, you have to have patience. Slowly you will move and reach up to that level. Okay, fine. Hope I clarified.
So just one point to add there regarding the MSc question. So as you might be knowing, like if you do a BITS MSc standalone, right, you don't take a dual with it, then that MSc is of 4 years, right? A standalone BITS MSc is 4 years. But if you go to a place, let's say an ICER or any other place which is offering an MSc in economics, it will be a 5-year MSc, correct? So if you are actually thoroughly interested in the pure economics aspect of it, probably a more rigorous degree, a 5-year degree would serve you better in the long run, right? It might be financially also advisable to take it, because like BITS fee is something which is quite high. So if anyway you want to go for a pure science kind of thing, pure economics kind of thing, probably look at institutes which do specialize in that. Generally institutes like ICER and all, they have policies in place or academic requirements in place which will help you become a better researcher, right? BITS will not be able to provide you with an infrastructure or an academic requirement structure which equips you to be a good researcher right off the bat. Just to give you a small example, like like there is one institute called NICER in Bhubaneswar, NICER. And that institute has a policy that by the end of the 2nd year, you should have a publication in some journal, like a research paper, right? And writing research papers and all this is a very big part of your research journey. So they are starting you off on the right foot immediately, right? So the focus there is on that. The academic policies are designed according to that. So that is where you can get an edge. And of course, like if you have the same thing for 5 years, they can go into more detail. There can be more academic rigor in the program. So that is where you will get an edge if you go to a dedicated science university. The advantage with BITS here, like, and when I say that if you are interested in the pure science, I mean that either you have observed someone, you've met someone, you've talked to someone in great detail, you know what the life is like, what the careers in that field is like, and if you have a good idea, then go for that pure science option. Otherwise, BITS is a very good middle ground. Like it will give you the time to explore the MSc itself, and you will have an option to actually get a BE as well. So you kind of have a open road to tread. So if you are not 100% sure about the economics part, probably BITS is a better option. But if you're absolutely certain that economics is something which you have researched and it is the thing that you want to do, probably look at these other places which have these other other advantages and rigor and all those things. Yeah.
And one more thing, if you are looking for specifically for economics, though I am from Pilani, but I don't want to give any biased answer. then Delhi School of Economics is something which is, well sounded. So that is something, if you are specifically looking for economics, well, BITS definitely people are doing, but Delhi School of Economics is something obviously I personally would grade above Pilani. Okay, I don't, you are welcome to Pilani, definitely we are junior, but for economics, if you are specifically want to make career, then man, Delhi School of Economics is something, which is a white collar thing. Okay, fine.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Excellent, sir. Thank you very much for your valuable advice. Thank you.
Welcome,
very much.
welcome. Aryan?
In fact, to add to what Rajan said regarding economics in general, there are also people who in BITSians who do after they're done with BITS, they go to ISB, if you've heard of it, Indian School of Business. Even that's a very good option. So it's easier. I don't know what the process is and how they do it, all that, but you can also look up or maybe talk to some people who have done this or do some research related to this. But I know some seniors who have done this. So this is also a good option later on. If at all you choose to go ahead with BITS economics, after that you can also get into ISB and later on start off your career in this field. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Next question, Aryan, you can take. Aryan Saraf. Are you there? Any other question from anywhere?
Hello.
Yes, hello ma'am, welcome.
Hello, can you hear?
Yeah, we can hear, but there is a disturbance coming from your side. Yeah, please say.
Hello, just one question. I'm Aryan's mother.
Yes,
I wanted to inquire, like how is B Pharma at BITS? Like, since the cutoff scores are very low, so I have this doubt whether it's good or how is it?
Can anyone answer, guys? We do not have anyone from pharmacy, but Srijan, take it, give your opinion.
Yeah, so basically, again, I don't think I'm qualified enough to answer about pharma, but BITS Pharma, mostly in general pharmacy, please go for it only if you are interested in pharmacy. Anyway, we do not encourage people to think about transfers while filling their branches, but that specially applies to B Pharma. Because pharma to BE transfers are not there. There is no documentation in the official documents for the same. So transfers are out of the question. And if you are genuinely interested in B Pharma, yes, it's a good option. From my limited knowledge, I feel that, or I remember that right after the BE, there aren't, right after B Pharma, the undergrad degree, there aren't much options, as most companies would require a master's at least in the field, and that is where the opportunities start kicking in. But again, like I'm really not well qualified to take this question. Yeah, this is from my limited knowledge which I had.
Yes, so I would like to add a bit to it. From my batch, we had a student, and some pharmaceutical companies, they also come. It's not that pharmaceutical companies do not come, they do come. But if you are going into pharmacy, M Pharma is something which is, preferred more than B Pharma. Okay, that is something. BITS is known for engineering. So the people come with a mindset of, engineering. There are dedicated like pharmaceutical institutes are there. There's going to be something which will be rated higher than this. That can be a general perception. That's the reason the choice of pharmacy is not there in BITS. That's the reason. Cutoff is low. That doesn't mean that branch doesn't have a scope. Every branch has a scope. But the thing is, if you are dedicatedly looking for pharmacy, if you can get a good option somewhere else, then you have to also look from the finance sector also, how much money you are putting I think it would take around 4 to 4.5 lakh per year right now, guys.
Yes,
right?
That is approximately the right. And the overall degree would cost around 26 to 30 lakhs approximately.
No, 4-year B Pharma.
Yeah, 4-year, it will be around that much now. 26 plus. It will be somewhere in the range of 26
Seriously?
plus. Yeah.
Okay. So now you have to see, if you want to see ROI, return on investment, maybe in B Pharma you may not get, if you are exclusively looking for a pharmaceutical company, okay, because they would prefer a M Pharma people. So higher degree is definitely more preferred. There is a M Pharma also in Pilani. You can continue over there also, or you can move to some other institute also. But if you think about that, comparable to other branches, you may not get it. Or if you sit for the other companies which open their placement, consultancies, they are generally open for so many. They are open for branches. On branches they are open for. Banking sector, many of the banking sector jobs, they are open for on the branches. So in that sector you can take you can secure job if you get it. If you are looking for core, you may not get the ROI in the first year. So now you have to think, if you are specifically interested in pharmacy, that what you are getting in other branch, what you are getting here, whether you are able to manage that. That is something you have to see. Branch is definitely a good pharmaceutical. Obviously, how can a pharmaceutical industry not beneficial? Huge scope is there. Now it depends on your interest and your how much you can how much finance thing you can afford.
So can I add something?
Yes, please.
Sir, I have heard. Sir, I have
Can you
read
please switch on
about.
your video and just talk to us?
Yes, sir. I have read that QS subject QS rankings of pharmacy department in BITS is in whole of India is actually better than the ranking of CS department all over India.
That is correct.
I actually don't know about job perspectives and all that, but I've just read about that.
See, the rankings are not just based on the placement. They are based on so many aspects. They are based on faculty.
Yes,
they are based on research which is happening in that field. They are based on the funding that department is getting. So thinking only from the perspective, from the job perspective and comparing it with the ranking, that is not advisable, right? So you have to also see the data on those things, the points they have considered to rank you. The overall ranking that comes on even campus and facility. Placement is one aspect. There are so many aspects are there on which ranking is done, and overall when you add the points on the sectors, funding, I would say research, faculty profile, placement, funding you are getting for research in that department. If you add up on that, that's how overall ranking is done, not just based on this one. So if you are thinking only from placement point of view, that may not be correct. Anyone would like to ask anything? Aryan, you are still raising hand, and guys, any other question? We have talked much about serious things. If you want to just talk some fun stuff also, you guys can definitely add. How's the canteen in Pilani? How's the beaches in Goa? And all those things. What you are going to do in your leisure time on weekends? What do you do after this one? Because college life is not just about academics. College life is overall. So everything constitutes a lot. Please go ahead. You can definitely talk in a very friendly manner. We definitely encourage you to ask anything. And guys can these recent guys, they are college students. They can talk about it.
So I'll just tell ki. So I had a choice to stay back in Pune in the local COEP, College of Engineering Pune, or to go to BITS Goa dual degree. So here I was getting CS or either go to Goa. So I chose to go to BITS Goa because I wanted to explore a lot of things, and I did everything. Right from dancing in the auditorium to performing somewhere, to organizing events, to studies. Obviously, these all I'm saying apart from academics. So give importance to academics, but at the same time that you can do so many things when you're in college, and especially a college like BITS, it gives you a lot of opportunities to explore many things, both in the technical as well as non-technical fields. You can do whatever you want, and the 0% attendance policy is really great. You don't have to. If I used to attend all the lectures, but many of my friends did not attend the lectures, and instead they used to explore a lot of things. So that BITS is just amazing. I mean, just come to BITS and you'll enjoy. I'm sure. I can assure you that. That's it from my side.
That's really good thing. And guys, please go ahead with anything. Just ask anything. We have no limitation now. I believe this serious counseling is over. You can ask about, because other aspects also count a lot. College life, overall college life, where you spend 4 years or 5 years, that also matters a lot. Not just course or academics. Many other things, they count.
Sir, I wanted to ask about the comparison between Goa and Hyderabad campus. Sir, as per my own understanding, the Hyderabad campus should actually have like higher cutoffs and like better facilities. At it is like very near a tier 1 city, and it also has a locational advantage, being placed in Silicon Valley of India. So like why is like Goa more preferred than Hyderabad campus? Like I just don't know.
Like Hyderabad campus is not in the Hyderabad city. It is like pretty much outside the city. Like if you would travel by airport, you would know like it will take a lot of time to go to Hyderabad. And plus again, Goa was opened in 2004 and Hyderabad campus was opened in 2012, as far as I remember.
No.
Like Hyderabad.
Let me correct you.
2008.
2008. 2012
Goa
graduate. First batch graduate in 2012.
Yeah. Sorry, 2004 and 2008. So yeah, Goa was opened before, so that is why like it has a better cutoff.
Also, I don't think location matters a lot because Pilani is not near any tier 1 city, and even then it has a lot of like better placements. And other thing also, if you are having a dilemma between branches, I think like I was getting a branch in Pilani manufacturing and getting MSc chemistry in Goa, so I could have gone to Pilani also, but I thought like in Pilani like it did not have AC in classrooms, and like there was no other than campus. Like after like out of the campus there was nothing there. You cannot go out and just go to some restaurant maybe or somewhere, because Pilani is like you will have to travel at least 2 hours from bus, and it is all a deserted area. So like you have to consider all these factors, because you will be spending 4 to 5 years at that place, and you will always want to go out of campus and explore new things. So I think you should also consider that factor.
Well, Srajan, would you like to add something to this? That how is the Pilani campus, the new Pilani campus?
Yeah, I mean, I have personally been like kind of more towards the academics part of it, but still I did not feel that I missed out on anything as such. Even the AC classes part is now sorted, like with the renovations and all that are going on, so that is sorted now. But yes, climate conditions are extreme, but then as it is one of the most important things, because like that is something, it gives you something to complain about with all your friends. Like everyone will complain about the weather at the same time, and that's what forms the bonding there. And I'm not trying to say that Goa and Hyderabad people will not have a good bonding, but like in Pilani, what I noticed was because of like things being contained within the campus for the most part, the bonding between the people and there's just a different relationship dynamic between the people which I observed, because there is nothing to do. So like all you have is other people to interact with, and that has its own impact on how the dynamics work and how close bonds you form with each other. So all these things, I like, everything has pros and cons, but yeah, I feel that at least even from the entertainment point of view, I don't think I missed out on much. Anyway, it's the age of the internet and everything is available. If you want to explore anything, you can. Maybe if somebody is very highly inclined towards preparing for like competitive exams after college, maybe Goa and Hyderabad may have better resources for that. Pilani has some resources for that as well. Like I remember there are like the coaching time classes which happen for these competitive exams, like CAT and all, near the campus, and it's like at the weekend and all that. But like I don't think there's a dedicated coaching center and all if you are into all of those things. So maybe in those places, yes, the other campuses would have an edge, but otherwise, even in Pilani, I don't think I missed out on much with my campus life. I thoroughly enjoyed my stay there.
Everyone says the same when it comes.
Yeah,
to
I mean,
you don't feel like, because see, the thing is definitely beauty-wise, beaches are definitely cool, but the bonding which we formed, everything is within the campus. Everything in Pilani, everything is within the campus. You get restaurant within the campus, you get knolls, you get swimming pool. I mean, obviously the other facilities are there. So even if you don't want to attend classes for some whatever reason, you have everything else in the campus only. If you go out, it is like it is a small town. You don't get anything good over there apart from some 1 or 2 good restaurants which are there probably now. So everything is in the campus. So that complaint we also didn't have. We also didn't have that. Obviously, we have seen -1 degree also, and we have seen 49 degrees Celsius also in Pilani. So the temperature variation is definitely there. 50 degrees
sometimes
Celsius.
on the same day. Sometimes on the same day, it's like 30 degrees, 35 degrees during the day, and -1 in the night.
Yes. So that is there, and we didn't have AC. Even that time, we didn't have AC, and all those things, coolers not permitted. But that is definitely, all those things, these minor things, they do not even come into mind. Very frankly. Yeah, Sudarshan want to ask something.
Do you guys have any idea about the room allotment, like number of people in each room for first year students? In different.
In case of Goa, I'm sure in case of Goa, like there are 2 people in your first year. From second year, you get a room, like you get your own room, 1 person where you will stay, and your hostel gets changed after your first year.
Likewise for Pilani, first year shared room, second year onwards independent rooms.
It is always
do you guys have ragging? Is it healthy ragging or
ragging?
In Goa, there is as such no ragging. They'll just sort of roast you when you're going for club or induction department. They'll make fun of you and they'll roast you. Like that is just like that is common. Even you will enjoy doing it. Like even you will enjoy getting you will enjoy seeing it. Like it is just for the club and department. That is also not ragging, just making fun and having fun.
It is a get together.
Simple
you can
roasting.
say it is a good way to get together. To make you frank, to make you open up with the surrounding.
Yeah.
I don't understand a word of Hindi at the moment, so I'm pretty excited to learn Hindi when I get to the campus.
Hindi? You don't understand Hindi?
No, I don't. I'm from the south, so people here are really conservative. They don't really.
That we understand, my dear, but you don't even understand. Okay, leave the speaking part. Understanding is not there.
Very little, close to zero.
Okay,
yeah.
You will learn it. Don't worry.
Okay, I have a friend. I have a friend from Bangalore. Okay, and he didn't know any Hindi. But his roommate was from Delhi, like from nearby Delhi NCR, Faridabad, and he used to always speak in Hindi. So listening to him and seeing him interact with others, even he started speaking little bit Hindi, and he started understanding Hindi. If you have such case, you can manage.
Okay, thank you.
Obviously. Any other thing, guys?
Sir, when will the colleges start? And when will the campuses open?
No one knows.
Campus open, so we can't say, but the classes will start from 1st October. That's what is disclosed. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And sir, can you tell me, sir, कि हम अपनी प्रोफाइल कैसे बिल्ड करें अगर हम कोर में मतलब लेते हैं तो?
प्रोफाइल बिल्ड करना है क्या मतलब, किसके लिए प्रोफाइल बिल्ड करना है आपको?
सर मतलब जैसे इन जनरल सर, जैसे अगर हमें मास्टर्स करनी हो या फिर कोई जॉब लेनी हो, तो हमें सर प्रोफाइल हमें कैसे अच्छी बिल्ड करनी चाहिए?
यार काफ़ी आप अच्छे प्रोजेक्ट्स भी कर सकते हो वहाँ पे, यू नो। आप फॉर एग्जांपल इफ़ यू गो इनटू मैकेनिकल, आप मैक की बात करें तो देयर इज अ रोबोटिक्स, यू नो, सेंटर फॉर रोबोटिक्स एंड इंटेलिजेंट सिस्टम, देयर इज अ नैब ओवर देयर. I was actually working in Center for Robotics and Intelligent System. I worked in robotics field, and in my 5th year I represented India in RoboCup that happened in Turkey, Istanbul 2011. So आपका यदि इंटरेस्ट है तो आप बहुत कुछ कर सकते हो, काफ़ी लोग करते हैं.
Yes sir.
तो वो सारी चीज़ डेफिनेटली, if you are really interested in कि आप मास्टर्स करें, तो if you do all these kind of projects, you can, you know, build your profile. Okay, fine. So can we wind up the session, or if you want to ask something, we can. We can go ahead, or you know, you can email us also if you have any specific question. We would be very happy to take your question, my dear friends.
Thank you, sir. It was a great session interacting with all you.
Thank you. Welcome. Sudarshan,
Same
Katie,
here.
Aditya, Vaishali, Ritu, RS.
Thank you very much, sir. It was really useful.
Thank you. Thank you for your time, guys. Yes.
One thing I just want to quickly shout out is that a lot of the questions that we discussed here today, I own a channel which you can see at the top of my head right now. So if you go to this YouTube channel, I assure you that you will get a lot of content. And to be honest, I don't make any money from this channel. It's just a hobby channel. I'm not shouting it out because I want to, you know, get more following or anything. I upload like 3 times a year. It's nowhere my main source of income or anything. So it's just a hobby channel, but I really like to, you know, cover these topics in great details, including finances, including the dual degree system. All these things I have covered to some extent, and I'm continuing to do so. So do give this, do check it out, and I'm sure it will help you. And you can find me there in the comment section. I'm also available on BitSat Queries, the Facebook group, where you can post all your questions, and a lot of BitSense. You will see when people say that the alumni support of BITS is huge. You will see that in action on that group on Facebook. So if you have any further questions, that is also one place where you can catch hold of not just us, but a whole bunch of seniors, and they will definitely help you out.
So guys, it was definitely a great input from Srajan, Garvit, Abhinav, and Dhawan. Without you guys, it would not have definitely been possible to answer, you know, many things, many in-depth things. Just superficial knowledge I have after, you know, 9 years. So I'm really thankful to you all, guys. Thank you for so much for your time. Our teammate Abhinash has reached out to you over email. Please give the phone number also. We will be in touch. Even when you go to, you know, BITS, you can get back to us for any doubt, any query if you have. We would be very happy to help you. Next time we would be, you know, very happy to have panel of our students in the Q&A session. So thank you so much for being a part. Can we wind up now? Right, guys? Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. It was nice interacting with you all.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.